Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. And how are you on this Tuesday morning in Australia? And it's probably a Monday night there if you're watching on the other side of the world. But how are you today? Now, as you guys know, those of you who come on and attend these trainings on a regular basis, you will know that I come live every Tuesday and give you guys some incredible training which is going to help you when you implement it into your business to build, grow, and scale. Now, before I get on with today's training, first of all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ali Sugars and I'm a business empowerment coach, and I love to help people develop your businesses to have incredible success with confidence. And I teach in the areas of mindset, motivation, marketing, and momentum, a few of which you will hear about this morning. But before I start with today's training, first of all, I just want to acknowledge that it is a public holiday here today in Australia. It is Anzac Day. And lest we forget, and I just want to give a public acknowledgement and a huge heartfelt thank you. And I always get teary when I say this, to all of the diggers, to all of the beautiful men and women who have served for our country. They've given their lives for our country and our freedom. Thank you so much for those in the past who have done that, and for those of you who still continue to do it. There are so many of you out there who are just doing amazing things for our country and serving us to help us to continue to have that freedom. So I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge that today is Anzac Day. Thank you. Thank you so much to all our servicemen and women. We appreciate you. Okay, now, yes, it is a public holiday and I'm still working, which is great. This says to me, and I don't hope it says to you too, that I absolutely love what I do. And I want you guys as business owners to be able to love what you do as well. Hey, beautiful Natty, how are you, gorgeous lady? Lovely to have you joining us this morning. Now, if you are joining us live, I would love you to say hey in the comments. Say hi, let me know that you're watching, let me know that you're here. I know it's a public holiday, so we might have a few less, but that's okay. If you are coming back and watching the replay, pop hashtag replay in the comments with your name and say hi, and then I can come back and say hey to you as well. We are going live through a program called StreamYard, so we can see your beautiful name, just like Natty and just like Parme here. Just make sure you click the link in the description, and we've just had the link put in the comments as well, so that we can see your name, just giving StreamYard permission to see your name. All right, now, so I'm going to have to go really fast through today's training because what I want to talk to you about is 20 top tips. 20, right? I've got half an hour to get through 20 top tips of how to think like an entrepreneur. Now, this is really interesting because what I want to ask you guys, and feel free to join in and comment in the chat. I want to ask you guys, does the word entrepreneur freak you out? Did you even know there was such a word as entrepreneur? When I came across this word when I started my business, I went, okay, how do I even spell that? All right, how do I spell the word entrepreneur? It did my head in, and it still does sometimes. If it freaks you out, don't let it freak you out. This is why I want to go through these 20 tips on how you can think like an entrepreneur. And really what the word entrepreneur is, it's just a fancy word for business owner. Fancy word for someone who runs their own business. Okay. Now, as I said, I'm going to need to go through this really fast. We might go a little bit over time today because 20 tips is a lot to go through in half an hour. So let's get going. And as we go on this morning, I want you to comment. I want you to put in the chat, whether you feel that you embrace this, or whether you think it's something that, you might need to embrace a little bit more on your journey. All right, so let's have a look. So first of all, let's have a look exactly what is the entrepreneurial mindset, okay? the entrepreneurial mindset, and let's even call it, so I don't have to keep saying the word entrepreneurial, right? The business owner's mindset is generally different to the mindset of someone who is in traditional work in a lot of different ways. And so the way we can look at it, here's a really good example, okay? So an entrepreneurial mindset, I'm just going to read this on the screen, is a set of beliefs and thought processes of viewing the world that drives entrepreneurial behavior. So basically, entrepreneurs, generally what we're going to do is we firmly believe that it is possible to change or improve our life situation and our life on our own terms, okay? And we believe that we have an ability to learn, grow, and adapt and succeed. Now, can you tell me that you have this belief, okay? So think about it, for example, right? A traditional worker, right? They might think that they need to earn, like, to earn extra money, right? They're going to have to update their resume, look for a better paid job, okay? But the business owner's entrepreneurial mindset, what we do instead is we look for ways to earn money by starting our own business. Now, Natty, I know 100% that you have an entrepreneurial mindset. I know Natty is one of my Heart and Soul Business Academy clients, and this lady is going to rock it. I tell you, she's already rocking it. And here's the thing, guys, right? An entrepreneurial mindset, anyone can develop the mindset of a successful business owner, okay? And as Henry Ford said, and I want you to hear this very clearly, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. What do you believe about yourself? And right there, right, I'm going to still go through these 20 tips, but right there is going to tell you whether you currently have an entrepreneurial mindset. So let's now look at the power of this mindset. So, and really when we think about it, it's quite obvious when we think about it, okay? Because we think, we definitely act. I don't know about you, but we act, and I think a lot differently to most people, okay? And we're going to go through some ways on how we think and act differently today. Having an entrepreneurial mindset will help you reduce doubt and fear. Believe it or not, a lot of us will think that by going into our business by ourselves or for ourselves, that we will have a lot of doubt and fear. Yes, you initially will, but when you follow these tips I'm going to share with you this morning, you are actually going to help yourself reduce doubt and fear. Helps with focus, drive, actions, big word there, actions, and growth. Right? It's so powerful when you embrace this mindset. And really, mindset, as I said, straight off, I teach in mindset, motivation, marketing, and momentum. But the first one is always mindset. The foundation of business success is the mindset, and the mindset of an entrepreneur. Okay, so as I said, we've got 20 top tips. So what I want you to do, okay, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, again, if you're watching live, say hi. What I want you to do is grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to go through these real quick, right? I've got 20 minutes, so I may go a little bit over time, and that's okay. But the best part, guys, is if you want to watch the replay of this, you can always come and join my group, Confident Successful Business Owners, and you can come and watch the replay anytime you like. Okay, so let's go through. So number one, independence. Okay, independence is huge. Really, if you're an entrepreneur, I don't know about you, but I don't follow the crowd. Like, I do things my own way, and I'm actually quite proud to do things my own way. I certainly don't follow the crowd, right? I used to, when I was working in a traditional job, I was very, very much a follower. But as I have grown my entrepreneurial mindset, I've learned to step into my independence, and I do things my way, right? I follow my instincts, and we be unique, exactly, Parme. As an entrepreneur, we have these special instincts, right? And I've been embracing my gut, my instincts a lot lately. And as I know, so have you, Natty. You know, you have certainly been embracing your instincts a lot, and I love that. It's a really powerful thing to have the opportunity to do that. So here, I love this quote. And again, I'm embracing this. And any one of you who've seen my latest post on my profile will know that I'm embracing this. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. So what is your gut? What is your instinct telling you that you need to do in your business, in your life? Okay, because business and life, as an entrepreneur in particular, business and life meld into one. Let's be honest, they really, really do. All right. Number 2 is responsibility. Be true to you. Exactly, Danny. Don't blame others for your life situation. Empower yourself to take responsibility for improvement. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know, and I don't have time to go into my history, but you know, I've gone through in brief detail, you know, domestic violence, workplace bullying, sexual harassment. You know, I've suffered from mental illnesses such as anxiety, depression, PTSD. Okay, but now I had the opportunity that I could blame others for that situation. Okay. It's not, I'm not blaming myself, but I could, how do I put this? But I could just continue to place the blame on them. But instead, what I have chosen to do, and this is what I see other people who come to work with me choosing to do, they're empowering themselves because they want to, okay, it's time to take responsibility. It's time to step up and do what I know is right for my life, right? Take the action, take the journey that I know is going to help my life and my business improve. So it's really embracing that responsibility that, you know what, it's our choice. It's our choice. Abundance is a huge one. Okay. You do you. That's right, Parme. Abundance is huge. We hear this word a lot. We want to always be looking to create new opportunities. Now, part of being an entrepreneur is creativeness, right? Is being creative. I think that every single entrepreneur has a sense of creativity, even though you might not think you do. But I believe that every single one of us does. And I want you to recognize that the sky is absolutely the limit, right? This one can take work, right? To continue to embrace this, because business is up and down. Sometimes we go, oh, life is crap, you know, it's not going the way I want. So we forget that, you know, the sky is the limit, and we let those limiting beliefs come in. However, if you continue to work on embracing that entrepreneurial mindset, in the back of your mind and in the forefront of your mind, but in the back of your mind, even when you're going through those crappy times in business, right, you're going to know that the sky is still the limit. You have the power to change it, because we can create anything that we like. How cool is that? It's so cool. This one just gets me excited. I'm getting all hot and flustered for this one. Entrepreneurs are goal setters. How are we going for time? We don't have wishes. We have dreams. We don't just wish things are going to happen. We dream that they are going to happen, and we're not afraid to do the work. We're not afraid to have that plan, to put that plan of action, to have those goals and work towards them, and embrace things like, and I've spoken about this many times, SMART goals. Now, if those of you who don't know what SMART goals stand for, SMART, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So embracing these SMART goals, and again, we go into, in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I teach my beautiful clients specifically how to embrace these SMART goals, how to set their own SMART goals. But being a goal setter, rather than a wisher, wishing it will just happen, is huge, huge as a business owner. I know so many people who say, oh, I wish my business was a success. Don't wish it, make it happen. Set those goals and then action those goals. Being unafraid of failure. Wow. So instead of being afraid of failure, embrace it. Appreciate that. I don't believe in the word failure, because as it says there, failure is a stepping stone for moving forward, moving closer to that success and those dreams that you want to create. You see what I mean? Well, I'm moving fast, I know, because I'm watching the time. We want to be growth orientated. Growth is huge in business. All right. I have done a whole training on embracing growth mindset. And again, if you want to see that, come and join my group, Confident Successful Business Owners. You will find all the past trainings that I've done in the guide section. And you will find I think there's one or two there on growth mindset. And an entrepreneurial mindset, to have the entrepreneurial mindset, you need to have the growth mindset. And as I said at the start, that growth mindset equals the belief that you can change your circumstances, that you can learn new stuff to be able to change your circumstances. Pretty cool, hey? Believe that, like I said, I've already said it, believe that we can always grow, develop our skills, and develop into who and what we want to be. Exciting stuff. Number 7 is seek feedback. This is something that in my business took me a little while to embrace. However, now that I find it really exciting. And what I love is the opportunity to listen to both positive and negative feedback. So not just the good stuff, right? But the not so good stuff as well. So what and this is what I love, and I see in my clients too, right? It's less about being worried about looking good, right? Or getting the self-validation. Yes, it's wonderful when we get good feedback. I mean, who doesn't love that? Okay. But for me, it's less about looking cool or less about getting that self-validation and more about how I can better serve my clients. Okay. Like I said, I love getting feedback. It's not always great to read when, when I've got this feedback that someone says, either I'm not doing enough of something, or I could be improving it here, or that I didn't do this or whatever. It's not always wonderful to read that let's call it negative feedback. But you know what? How I see it is any feedback is the perfect research, perfect market research, especially when it comes from your clients. This is why I love asking for feedback from my clients, because it's the perfect market research from those who have actually experienced what you do or sell, rather than from those who are thinking about working with you, right? These are people who are actually working with you. So I love, love, love getting feedback, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. I take it all on board with a critical mind. Be open to learning, right? We've already said this a couple of times, but as an entrepreneur, you will have a mindset that is open to learning, recognizing where we need to develop, right? No one knows everything. Our brains have a huge capacity, an immense capacity for learning. And we all need to develop ourselves in different areas, some in different areas to others. But it's all about seeking the right learning opportunities from you. And this is when I love when I have my calls with potential Heart and Soul Academy members. I love listening to what they want in their business, where they need to develop their skills, and talking to them about, whether the Heart and Soul Business Academy is the right opportunity for them. I was talking to a lady yesterday, and we decided that, in actual fact, this particular way that I help people wasn't the direction for her to go in. The Heart and Soul Business Academy itself, it wasn't, but there was another direction that we went in, which was great. So we kind of were seeking the right opportunities to help her grow her specific business. So that's powerful. And what I love about, and most of the people I talk to, is that they are open to learning. That's why they're coming to me, because they want to learn. They want to build and grow their business. They want to develop themselves in the places where they need to develop themselves and their business. All right. Again, if you're popping on, say good day. We need to be forward thinking in business. So think about it, instead of going, having the mindset, I've always done it this way. How about thinking, how can I do it differently? What's the future? Looking towards the future, right? Thinking long term, not just about tomorrow, what might happen tomorrow in your business, or what I'm going to think about doing tomorrow, what I might do tomorrow. You're thinking long term. You've got those dreams, you've got those goals that you're working towards. And exercise patience on the way to that success. That's huge. I can tell you right now that there's no such thing as an overnight success. I can guarantee you that every overnight success that you see has had many nights when they have not been successful. All you see is them rising to the ranks in quick succession. But I guarantee you that they have had to exercise a lot of patience to get there. And the reason that they have gotten there and look like an overnight success is because they're forward thinking, because they know those dreams and they've actioned those goals that they have put in place. Self-acceptance is a huge one. Accept ourselves, warts and all, right? Nobody's perfect, perfectly imperfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be. The last thing I pretend to be is perfect. But I'm always working, and again, I love seeing this in every single person that I come across in business, and in particular my clients, is I love that we're always working alone and collectively towards the people that we want to be. And the reason for that is because we're accepting ourselves, warts and all. I really don't like that term. But again, perfectly imperfect. I love being perfectly imperfect. Do I make mistakes? Hell yes. Do people that I come across make mistakes? Hell yes. And that's okay. Perfectly imperfect. Now, being self-aware, right? Self-acceptance, and then also being self-aware. So know that the only thing that is going to hold you back from changing into this or from embracing this entrepreneurial, I'll get the word out in a minute, mindset or business owner mindset is you. You can choose to have the mindset. You can choose it. You can embrace it, or you can turn around and go, you know what? I don't really think it's for me. Now, I'm going to suggest that if you're watching this, if you're going through all these right now, and again, I'd love you to tell me in the comments as we're going along what you're thinking of all of these. Are you embracing them, or do you need to embrace them more? But do you see yourself as someone who has the power to move forward? Or are you holding yourself back because you're not self-aware of where you need to make all those improvements and all of the other stuff that we have talked about and are about to talk about this morning? So again, paying close attention to your strengths and your weaknesses. This is huge. Again, we all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. Nobody's perfect, right? I've done another training that I've done is embracing your superpower in business. That's huge. Now, your superpower is your main strength in business. Awesome. But guess what? We've all got weaknesses too. So when you become self-aware of what those weaknesses are, then you can work to improve them. Or you can hone, instead of as well as improving on your weaknesses, you can hone in more on your strengths themselves. Tell me if this is making sense. Tell me in the chat if this is making sense to you. Number 12. So I told you we're going to go over time. We're only up to number 12 and we've only got 6 minutes to go. Embrace collaboration, everybody. Collaboration is fun. Greatness requires teamwork, right? As you've all heard this said, there's no I in team. Yeah, okay. So we run, many entrepreneurs run our businesses together. But it doesn't mean that you need to do it all alone, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So embrace other opportunities, collaborate with other business owners. What I love is one of my clients, Anne Turnbull, she's a direct sales lady for Tupperware. And she has her team is called Team, standing for Together Everyone Achieves More. And it is so true. And I've loved in my business journey embracing the fact that, okay, so I'm running my business, right? I was running it by myself. Now I have a team. I have a beautiful VA. Love you, Parmaid. But it's also collaborating with fellow business owners where they can help me improve and vice versa. So collaboration, so being in business by yourself or for yourself doesn't mean you need to be in business by yourself. Embrace that collaboration, work with others, be able to go, go further together with people. All right. Practice courage. Now, I'm gonna say right off the bat, if you're in business for yourself, you've got courage, because it's not easy, right? So you've probably already embraced a lot of courage just to apply for that ABN, and then actually go into business for yourself. But there's still going to be a lot of fear there, fear of that imposter syndrome, stepping out, doing it by yourself, worried about what others are going to think, worried about not being good enough, all of that type of stuff, right? Now, practicing that courage is feeling that fear and doing it anyway, embracing that fear. Again, this is something else that I love watching my clients do, and I've loved the journey that I've gone on myself of embracing that fear. Part of embracing the fear was actually coming doing these lives right from the start when I have, started to grow my business. Now I love, now these lives, ironically, I would say have become one of my superpowers, because I embraced the fear and I did it anyway. And I love in all different areas, watching my clients do that anyway. I know they're scared, and that's part of my job, is to encourage them. But I love it when I know that they're scared and they do it anyway. Nelson Mandela, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but to triumph over it. We've all got these fears. We've all got them. But when we just do it anyway, you'll triumph over it. They don't necessarily go away, but you triumph over them. Number 14, be comfortable with discomfort, right? It might be less about fear. It might be more about discomfort, right? You're uncomfortable. So something, again, that I love watching my clients do and I love doing myself is always pushing myself to be that little bit uncomfortable, because what I know that does is it helps me grow. And I watch my clients do the same thing, right? Always just sitting that little bit out of their comfort zone, just being that little bit uncomfortable. It's really cool. Leaning into the discomfort and difficult situations, right? All businesses have difficult situations. So don't be afraid to have those difficult discussions that you might need to be having with people. Don't be afraid to send those emails asking for someone who, hasn't made a payment or their payment is late. Don't be afraid to deal with that customer who's asking for a refund or a replacement on their product. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but lean into it. Because no one wants those situations in business, but bottom line is you're going to get them, right? Don't ignore them, embrace them. And what are you going to do when you do that? You are going to learn from them. You are going to improve yourself and your business by embracing them. So be comfortable with discomfort and even embrace the discomfort. Also be adaptable, right? If plan A doesn't work, have a plan B. And, there are 26 letters in the alphabet. But one thing I want to say here is, right, yes, you do absolutely. We have the power as an entrepreneur to make changes. But before you make a change, don't make a change every 5 minutes, because I tried plan A for a couple of days. It didn't work. So now I'm going to plan B. Okay, what you need to do is give plan A a decent opportunity to either succeed or fail first. Okay, so, if you give yourself, by setting a goal, okay, so I'm going to try this particular strategy or plan A, let's call it plan A. I'm going to try plan A. I'm going to try it for 6 months. If it doesn't go the way, or if it's not working, then I'm going to go to plan B. Okay, so not every 5 minutes, okay, but we do have the power, and this is the exciting thing. If you're in a traditional job, it's harder to make changes, but as an entrepreneur, we are the decision makers, and we get to make the changes, and that's something I love doing in my business. Problem solve is a huge one. Embrace critical thinking, right? Looking at things from all different angles. I love doing this. This is something that actually has always come quite naturally to me, is looking at things from different angles. It frustrates the crap out of my family sometimes, because they're very, a lot of them, have one way of thinking about things, and I like to think about it from all the different ways. I also love thinking outside of the box. This is essentially why I believe I'm able to, and it might sound like I'm bragging, but this is why I'm good at business coaching, because I do think outside of the box. So be a problem solver. Again, we're all going to have problems in business, but don't be afraid to look at different aspects of ways to solve them. And most of the time, I would say that if you are a natural business owner, you're probably going to be a natural problem solver and a natural critical thinker anyway. Remain driven and persistent. Okay, be self-motivated. Work hard, enjoy the ride. I'm going to go through all these at once, because we are going to do this, right? And this is where we have those dreams and we recognize that the sky's the limit. We're going to do this. Whatever it takes. And I've had a saying in my business right from the start: I am going to do whatever it takes to become a success. And I'm not ashamed of that. I work hard. Am I enjoying the ride? Hell yes. Is it always wonderful? No, but I'm still enjoying, I'm still learning, okay? And be self-motivated. I was thinking about this one in particular this morning when I got up at about 6:15 this morning. Part of me wanted to stay in bed because it was like, oh, it's warm and it's cozy in there, and, it's going, the weather's getting a bit cooler. I would love to stay in bed and sleep in for another half hour. But my self-motivation went, no, I've got to get up. I've got stuff to do. So that drive in me to make my business a success, and this was what essentially got me out of bed this morning. Be persistent in everything that you do in your business. Persistence pays off. And be fully focused as well. Don't procrastinate. Again, this morning, I could have procrastinated, right? I used to do this all the time in my business. I used to procrastinate. I used to go, oh, well, I'll work this morning. And I used to half-ass it, to be honest. Half-ass doing some stuff. And it was really just clicking around. I wasn't really making any effort. I wasn't doing anything that was going to help grow my business. I was just clicking around. And then in the afternoon, I would literally go and watch Netflix and go, oh, well, I'm done for today. Because do you know why? Because I was procrastinating on all the things that I knew that I needed to do. And some of the things I didn't even know that I needed to do. I was procrastinating on getting someone to help me learn all this stuff. All the things that it takes to grow a successful business. But it was when I stopped procrastinating and I started to prioritize what I needed to do in my business. And now on a daily basis, that the success is happening and things are getting done. And I know when people come to work with me in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I know I can see those who are going to have immediate success, because they're the ones that, even though sometimes they might be finding stuff a little bit more difficult, but they're not procrastinating. They're still getting stuff done. They're still learning. They're putting their business as a priority to be able to grow. They're the ones that are going to have success. Be action orientated. Action is a huge word, right? Don't be a wannapreneur. This was me when I was procrastinating. People, what is a want-to-preneur, right? Or a wannapreneur? These are people who love to read books, watch videos, they make plans, but they never actually get down to doing. They never actually start doing the work. They think about doing it, right? They watch all the trainings, but they're still thinking about doing that. They're not actually putting it into action. And so understand that knowledge without action is meaningless. If you don't take action in your business, you don't have a business. This was me for ages. This was me when I was procrastinating. I was learning stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I was a wannapreneur for a long time. And it was only when I started to actually go, you know what, enough is enough, and take that action that I really started to, that I started to get any clients at all. While I was a wannapreneur, I didn't get any clients because I wasn't taking any action to getting them. And the last one, we've gotten through 20. We're only 5 minutes late. That's pretty good. Be decisive. Okay, you learned something again today. Wannapreneur, I know, right, Palme? I know, see? Always coming up with different stuff. Be decisive in your business. Make decisions. And often, because we're running a business, we're self-employed, we're running a business by ourselves, we often make decisions without help. But don't forget, when you collaborate, right, teamwork, you don't have to always make those decisions solely by yourself, right? With collaboration, with guidance from mentors, there are still people that you can bounce off of. You are still the responsible one for making the decisions for your business, but you can still bounce off of people. A lot of us will choose to do it without help. What I'm finding is I'm loving bouncing ideas off of other people, and often they'll come back with a different point of view, and I go, oh, actually, you know what? I didn't think of that. But it's still up to me to make the final decision. Confront issues, just like we've spoken about. Don't be afraid to have those tough conversations. Deal with those tough situations in business. And in everything that you do it with confidence, okay? Which is why I love to teach. If you're not feeling confident in your business, and I didn't go into business being confident. I've had to develop my confidence. This is why I love teaching people the mindset journey, teaching them to be able to confidently build their business, go out there and do what they need to do with confidence. Okay. And by following all these 20 tips that I've spoken about this morning, these are certainly going to help you embrace that confidence. They're going to help you embrace that entrepreneurial mindset, everyone. It's exciting for me. I hope you can feel my excitement. But this is a lot of, and all these things are the journey that I've been on myself. That's the journey that I watch my clients go on as well. So if you are watching this, and I can see there are a few of you watching live, either live or replay, and you really want to embrace your entrepreneurial mindset further, here's your chance, guys. The Heart and Soul Business Academy, we are now open for our mid-year enrollments, which is really exciting. We run 2 live rounds a year. We are about just over three quarters of the way through our current round. We are having a mid-year intake. We start in July. Good morning, Sam. We start our mid-year intake. We start our course in July. So now is the perfect time to come and join. If you would like to have a chat with me about exactly what the Heart and Soul Business Academy involves, pop the word success in the comments and we will be in touch with you. It's real generic conversation to learn more about you and your business and how we can help you. This is the perfect time to join because when you join now, you get access to a bunch of bonuses which will help lead you into the live course in July. So now's the perfect time, guys. All right, so again, comment the word success in the chat if you would like to have a talk to me about joining the Heart and Soul Business Academy. If you know someone else that you believe this is going to benefit their business, tag them in this training, tag them here or put me in touch with them. And I would love to have a talk to them as well. So thanks, guys, for joining me this morning. It's been amazing, even on a public holiday coming to work. And again, I just want to finish this training once more by acknowledging the beautiful people who have served and continue to serve our country. Lest we forget, today is Anzac Day. Thank you so much to everyone who has helped work towards the freedom that we have in this country. All right, guys. Amazing training. We didn't go too bad. It's only not even 10 minutes over. Awesome. All right, guys. I will see you again next Tuesday for another Business Growth Insights training. Bye.